Hello everybody, hope you're doing good. Today we're going to do a dinosaur Bible lesson. Had a little bit of a hiccup setting all this up, but it should be good now. We're going to see though to make sure my sound's good and everything else is hunky-dory, okie-dokie. You know, yep, everything should be good. Words. Okay, yeah. You can hear me. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to do this live in a few days. Don't attack me. Come on. Okay, you know what? But he got me in 2 hits. It's Dinosaurs. Quick before copyright strike. I know I'm trying to select it. Random. Anyway. Dinosaurs in the Bible. Many would say that dinosaurs aren't in the Bible. Well, that word wasn't invented until 1842 by Sir Richard Owen. About said it wrong, about to say Sir Richard Owen. Richard, not Richard. Sir Richard Owen. If you have the right Bible, that was translated in 1611. So that word wasn't invented yet. So is the word computer or Facebook or many other words that we use today in common lingo. And yeah, I have a Facebook. But our words keep changing over time. But I was going to say, that doesn't mean certain things don't exist because it's not in the Bible. But the Bible does mention dragons. Over 20 times it mentions dragons. Why would the Bible mention a fake animal? Like, I want you to sit down and think about that for a second. Like why would the Bible mention a fake animal? So, well, perhaps there are different interpretations of the same phenomena. Like the aliens and demons. But that is another topic for another day. Dragons are depicted in almost every major culture of the ancient world. Native Americans had the pisaw bird. That's something to look up if you get bored. Pisaw bird, you know, Piasa. I hope you know how to spell bird. The Japanese had their long, happy noodle dragons, you know, the lungs. The Europeans had monstrous beasts that needed to be slayed. Many today see large reptilian beasts deep in Africa. The Mokele Mbembe is reportedly a living sauropod dinosaur deep in the Congo. If you go by the popular theory, I use that in quotation marks, theory, we have to dismiss these stories as just fantasy. But what does the Bible say? And that's what you should look at when you're facing anything in life. What does the Bible say? I want you to think about that. I'll turn my page. The book starts with Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. I want you to think about that for a second. In the beginning. Come on, stop. Okay, there we go. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And many people got mad about that, but he made light on day 1. He separated the waters and made heaven on day 2. He made earth and seas and plants on day 3. He made the stars, sun, and moon on day 4. He made fish and fowl on day 5. On day 6, he made animals and people. So, if we take the... Oh yeah, and also day 7, he rested. Sorry, I skipped over that. If we take a literal interpretation of Genesis, dinosaurs will be made on day 6. Because it says in Genesis 1:25, it says God made animals. Genesis 1:31 says it was the 6th day. Right after the Bible says God made animals, verse 26 through 29, God made man. If you don't believe God made all animals, including the dinosaurs, how can you believe that God made man in his own image? If you don't believe God made all animals in Genesis 1:25 or man in verse 26, how about male and female in verse 27? When do you start to believe the Bible? Like, seriously, when do you start to take that book seriously? I believe fossils are formed from the flood and dump. Wait a second. Yeah. I believe fossils are formed from the flood in the days of Noah. So dinosaurs were made on day 6. and many died during the flood. Some lived after the ark landed, and we killed the rest. Job 40:15 through 41:34 talks about the behemoth and the leviathan, a sauropod dinosaur, and a sea dragon, possibly a sarcosuchus. Could be what these scriptures are describing. Job saw these things, and because God said, "Behold." So look, God doesn't tell you to do something that you can't do. Don't forget that. And Job is right before the book of Psalms. The book of Job is right before the book of Psalms. I see Psalms quoted a lot. Like a lot. Again, I ask, at what point do you start to believe the Bible? Like, how can you believe the book of Psalms but not the book that came before it? I want you to think about that. So let's think. The reason many people doubt that the dragon's theory is that they think dinosaurs died 66 million years ago. Let's go through a few evidences for young Earth. Who has ever heard of radiocarbon dating? It's a big word, cool idea. Does it work like that well in real life? The idea is the sun hits the Earth, makes radioactive carbon-14. If you have like a pound of it, in 5,730 years, you'll be dead. And also, it'll be half a pound at that time. Plants absorb it, herbivores eat it, and the carnivores, like the Displetosaurus here, eat the herbivores. Sorry, I had to cough. Yeah, carnivores eat the herbivores. If you've ever eaten plants or eaten animals that have eaten plants or eaten animals that have eaten animals that have eaten plants, you have carbon-14 in you. What was that noise? Oh no. Friendly. I'll be nice to this dude. I'll be nice. Anyway, the problem is we cannot date dinosaurs. We assume that they have the same percentage of carbon-14 to start with. In the beginning, in the Bible, it says everything was good. Carbon-14 levels are uneven today and probably have increased since then. So, like, even since like the timeline the Bible gives, carbon-14 has changed in the atmosphere. They measure how much is left, so if it started over with less, it would look even older because it has less left. Just some simple observations work as well. I spoke on the complexity of the woodpecker before in other videos. Oh, please don't attack me. Baryonyx, Suchomimus, whatever you are. Please don't. I'll just walk away. Maybe be friendly. Let him know I see him. Oh no, they're attacking the little dude. Aww. Hey. Quit attacking little dude. Leave little dude alone. There you go. Okay. You can yell all you want over there. I can't hear you. Anyway. Start off less. Oh yeah, simple observations. Yeah, the woodpecker's tongue, it goes from its nose to around the back of its head, out its mouth. I think God designed some pretty interesting things. You better stay over there and leave that little guy alone. Anyway, but it's like the lack of transitional fossils in the woodpecker, like that would have to happen over the millions of years. And it's like, if that's not enough, how about symbiotic relationships? If God made things to work together, there would have to be like certain things to work together. I got a few listed here in my notes, but it's like, just think about it. There's so many here. Like, it's like all of creation works together, even if it don't look right. Like, these carnivores have to have something to eat, and the herbivores, like that guy over there, has to have something to eat, the grass, and the grass has to have something to eat, the dirt and what we breathe in and out. See, But it's like, okay, let me see. What do I have listed? Yeah, the oxygen, like, we breathe out oxygen. Nope. We breathe in oxygen, out carbon dioxide. The plants breathe in carbon dioxide, out oxygen. We go back and forth, back and forth. No, don't start. Don't start. My head's bigger than yours. I got more teeth. No, leave little guy alone. Ah, come here. Oh no, lag. He's lag switching me. No. No. Why can't I bite? There we go. Oh no, music. Oh, but I'll get copyrighted. Get him. Ankylosaurus, get him. Beat him up. Oh, I got him. Oh. But as you see, there you go, friend. You're safe now. Okay. All he had to do is just leave us alone. He wouldn't stop. I stood here and got between him and a little buddy over there. Anyway. But yeah, both of these plants and animals are needed to breathe, for each other to breathe. How could they evolve millions of years apart from each other? Just a thought. Termites, they're interesting too. They could chew wood in your houses. I hope they don't, especially this time of year. It's so cold. One moment, phone's ringing. Ugh, scam callers. Don't you hate that? Anyway. Anyways, back to vermin. They, speaking of which, termites, they have special microbes in their gut. But, so they can chew the wood up, but they can't eat it. So, if the termite, which can't eat the wood, but can chew the wood, but in the microbe, it can't live outside the termite and get the wood to digest it, like, what should evolve first? It took millions of years, like, think about it. There's many more you could do. I like to talk about, like, the goby. Like, that fish with big old eyes. You just look at it, it's like, durr. It's the most cross-eyed looking fish. But, some of them live with, like, blind shrimp. And the shrimp would dig a little cave, and when it came time to clean up the house, okay, let's see, sleep. I'm gonna need to sleep. Okay, when it came time to clean up the house, it would have to throw dirt out the cave, and the goby would use his big old eyes to let it know if there's danger. One looked out, the other dug a hole. It's like they learned to get along and work together. I think that God put stuff like this in place to show that He's a complex creator that's thought a lot of stuff out, even if we can't see the big picture. And oh no, my character's thirsty. I'll find water somewhere. It says a wetland, so there should be wetness somewhere. But anyway, but it's like whatever talent you have, the other person might not have. You both could get. Let's see now. You both could get something out of the relationship. And I think we should work together to help with each other's weaknesses. Because I'm not the best at everything. There are many things I'm not good at. But I use my talents to help others who are not as talented as I am in one area. And they help me in areas I'm not as talented in. You know? Oh no. Apparently right now I'm not good at walking in water. Come on, just drink some water. No, don't bite it. Drink it. Well, we're gaining thirst. It doesn't look right, but it's whatever. Okay. I can keep going, but I want to make a few more points. The Bible claims God made dinosaurs. If you take away millions of years, the Bible lines up with the truth of reality. The final point is this matters. This really does matter. It sounds like a silly subject. I know this. That makes a noise you go under the water. Anyway, back up here. Let's go back up to little dude. Oh, God bless it. It didn't show nothing bad. I hit the Windows key. I got a photo of Dracula. Oh my gosh. That was a good movie. I don't even have Netflix. Anyway. Don't you hate when you fat finger a keyboard? Where's little buddy? Okay, he was over here. He might have left. Done his own adventure. Yeah, I think little buddy left. And that's fine. You don't always have to stick around with someone all the time. Anyway, let's let this guy go to sleep right quick. Nothing's gonna come out here and attack a T-Rex in the grass. Anyway. Let's see now. Gotta find my place in the script. Okay. If you open any dinosaur book, the first few lines will be, or somewhere on the page, in the first page, will be millions of years ago. So long ago and far away. God used dinosaurs in the book of Job to show his mighty works and his power and his this beauty and honor of creation. Like, hey Job, you see Godzilla over there? Would you catch him on a hook? No. So you wouldn't disrespect it. You wouldn't mess with these dragons and talk trash to their face. It's like, how can you talk trash about me? The devil takes what God has made and perverts it, like sex, music, and medicine. He says dinosaurs lived millions of years ago, but they are cooler and more real than the Bible. He is a liar, even though many people have swallowed that lie. They have more faith in the dinosaurs than they do in the creator of them. I'm for using dinosaurs as a ministry tool. There's a war for the children of this world. What on earth are you doing for heaven's sake? The worst of you can serve as bad examples. I did take that line, I will admit. I did steal it. But I see few preachers talk on this subject. You know, if we taught kids that God made the world, they might fear the consequences of their actions. They might think God put them in the right body for a purpose, even though sometimes life doesn't always seem easy. And life, like you feel uncomfortable in your own skin, that's a natural human thing. But they'd be like, I can push through it and I can still be the awesome person I'm here to be. You know, or they might think that God gave them their body not used for drugs or worse. They might forgive and not hurt or kill another person made in the image of God. I think this is the root. This is the reason it's on page 1. Because in the beginning, God made the heaven and the earth. He's creator. What he says goes. Whether we like it or not, we're in his house. God made everything and has a plan for your life. Jeremiah 29:11, the King James Version says, For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. You know why we have so much pushback on the message, God made you and he loves you? Because we have an enemy, and lazy Christians. I ain't gonna go too deep into that, because that's a whole nother subject. And I don't need to be ugly on, in public. Well, at all, but you know what I mean. Dinosaurs in the Bible may seem like a silly subject, but if people doubt the Creator, they will not believe those who come in His name. Pharaoh had his wizards. They sinned against Moses. And Jesus had to stand against the Pharisees of the day. Today, it is colleges. They turn out people who think they know how to think. They think they know the truth. John 14:6 says, in the King James Version, Jesus saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father, but by me. So if they deny the Creator, they don't have the truth in them. And it's sad. What a sad way to be. I don't like people going to hell, so I speak up. It isn't comfortable doing this. I'd rather be playing Minecraft or doing something else. But because I got a cold, I don't like talking right now. But it's a war for the souls of this country and the whole country of the world. There's an enemy out there. We need to defeat him. I don't like people going to hell, so I speak up. It isn't always comfortable, but it's worth it. And I thank you for listening.
Me, Grimlock, not feel so good. Me go look at dinosaur memes.